Okay, so the team call is going to be a little bit different than the other team calls that we've had, just because I'm busy right now. Just because I feel like a lot of the topics are things that we can find like on other team calls and stuff, as far as like content that, like how to work the business and stuff like that. So what I want to talk about now after a year of doing this is like finding your voice in the business. You need to deal with it, frankly. Is finding your voice in the business. So that means like who you are, who your target audience is, who you relate to the most, and who can relate to you the most. So can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? So after a year of doing this, I tried a couple of different ways. When I first started, I was testing the waters and I didn't know exactly who I was going to be as far as a Beachbody coach, especially because I had so much self-doubt. Like, how am I? I still have weight to lose. I still have, goals to accomplish. I'm a nobody in this business. I just started. How is anybody going to take me seriously? And how is anybody going to relate to, like, who am I going to relate to, right? So through trial and error, I have figured it out so far. And that's by basically trial and error. But I want to share with you in the year what I have learned about finding my identity with the business. And what it boils down to is being true to who I am. So I am brutally honest about things, and I'm very open about things. So I will drop F-bombs in my, posts and stuff like that. And I have gotten a lot of positive feedback from that. And I haven't had anybody say that they don't agree with what I've said or what I've posted. Maybe they unfollow me, but that's just because that's my vibe and they're not part of my tribe that I attract, maybe they are part of somebody else's tribe, and that's totally fine. So, I think that what you guys need to do to find your voice in this business is, 1, write down your main goal. What is the one thing that you want to accomplish as far as your business goes? And then 2, write down your own personal health and nutrition goal. It's a lot that other people can relate to. Your business is something that you can control yourself. And that, the more people that you talk to, the more people that you relate to, the more your business is going to grow, and the more people will understand who you are and where you're coming from. And then, like I have said in the past, that telling your story is so invaluable. Nobody is going to know you apart from any other coach if you don't tell your story. If you don't put yourself out there, nobody's going to know who you are, and nobody's going to relate to you, and you're not going to be memorable, We all have a story. Everybody has a past. Some are more colorful than others, but everybody has a past and has a reason why we are searching for something like that Beachbody has to offer, to kind of make it a fresh start for us. So whether it's our health journey or whether it's in business or whatever it is. But the next thing that I want you to write down is a goal to tell your story at least once a week, some aspect of your story, whether you had a hard time conceiving children or whether, you had a hard childhood growing up, as long as you're comfortable talking about that. If you felt like you never fit in high school, or if you, just whatever it is, tell part of your story. Somebody that's following you can relate to it, and it may be the nail in the coffin. Make sure you have a call to action at the end of your story. So that way people know that, okay, well, now you've read the story, and email me so we can talk about your story, or email me if you can relate, or email me or contact me, whatever it is. So that people know that you're open to discussing like life with them. So a lot of it is trial and error. And a lot of this business, you may not know who you are, even just starting off from this business. That may be one of the reasons why you started with this business. I know that it helped me because I was really, really lost, as you might know if you guys have read my story that I've posted multiple times. I was very lost in my life. I didn't know like what the next step was, what my identity was, like as a mom and wife, and like what I was going to do next with my life after I had accomplished all the things that I thought I should accomplish. So Beachbody helped me with that, and it has given me like another part of my identity, and it's helped me go on the right path. And what's really, really helped me with that is personal development. Like, it's absolutely invaluable. I know I stress it all the time, and I keep saying, and I've told everybody before, I thought it was stupid when I first started. But there's no other way to, well, I'm sure there are other ways to give yourself pep talks, but I mean, all these books, audiobooks, podcasts, whatever your preferred choice of personal development is, I feel like it's the best way to kind of give yourself a pep talk and a new perspective about who you are all the time. And it helps you set your goals. So depending on what your business is, you can find some personal development for growing your social media network, or you can find personal development on, accepting yourself and empowering yourself with like, you are a badass. And a good business one and empowerment one is the 10 times rule, and compound effect. So those are all really, really good books to help you out. Leadership, if you are looking to grow your team and you're looking to be a resourceful and successful leader, John C. Maxwell's books are really good. The 10 or the 20 irrefutable laws of leadership. There's something for everybody out there, and it helps you find your voice in the business because it gives you a platform of where to start, like your thought process, and then to grow from there. So that's kind of how I have found my voice in the business, so to speak. I haven't necessarily backed off from being a coach, but I am just kind of letting it happen organically. I have more of a system in place. I will be creating a video to talk about my system and let you know how it's working for me so far. It's a little bit of trial and error. It's mostly because I made the mistake and I want you guys to learn from it. No. I made the mistake of not expanding my warm network and growing relationships, and not following up with people well enough, and not being organized enough, and like I said, not following up enough to, I guess, like seal the deal or have them join the team or whatever. So I just kind of took for granted that it was just going to come like it had in the beginning, and it doesn't always work like that. So I know. So basically I do a free group, at least one free group a month. And then from that, I have new eyes on my Instagram, or I have built relationships with them, and on my Facebook, because in order for them to be a part of a group, they have to be a Facebook friend. So they're seeing me in 2 different platforms of social media. And then I follow up with them after the free group. I offer them my next paid challenge group. If they say not at this time, I will put them in a follow-up, and then I will follow up with them with the next month in the next challenge group. And then maybe at some point, if they ignore me 3 times, I'll just leave it alone. Or if at some point they might say yes, that they're ready. So, I mean, sometimes it just takes that much time for them to watch and see exactly what you're doing. But so that's kind of what I've learned in a nutshell in the last year. That systems do need to be in place. There's a reason for organization. I am really bad at it, just like in my personal life in general, like the least organized person. And that's something that I always have to deal with. And yeah, so just finding your voice in the business is really embracing who you are and running with it and putting yourself out there, because it is scary. I know that putting yourself out there is so scary. Like, I didn't want to talk about, being bulimic when I was in high school. And the reason why is because my parents were alcoholics and I had no control over my home situation. I didn't want to talk about that. But I mean, I probably helped somebody by sharing that story. Frankly, and fine. She stopped. Anyways, sorry. So, you know, there's a lot of things that we don't want to do with this business, but we realize when we hear somebody else tell their story, we never say like, oh, what a loser for telling their story. Like, yeah, I feel worse in my life for hearing that story. Like, no, we say, good for you. Like, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing your story, right? I mean, people appreciate it. People want to know who you are. People want to know that there's other people out there like them that they can relate to. And then if you can help them on top of that, that's like amazing. So, finding your voice in the business, like I said, a lot of trial and error, and finding out who you are through personal development and running with it. And your vibe will attract your tribe. And it does happen. It might be slow. It might be as quickly as you don't, as you know, it might not be as quickly as you want it to be, but a lot of that is up to you guys and how many people you reach out to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and how many people you follow up with. So on that note, does anybody have any questions? You have any questions, Lauren? No? Sorry, I muted you.
No, I'm just kind of frustrated with my challenge group. And I know it's kind of like I kind of dropped the ball because I was on vacation trying to do it and it was too nuts. But like no one's talking. No one's giving me feedback. And I honestly this morning I was just gonna close it. And then I'm thinking about going back in there and being like, I can't make you talk to me. I can't make you want to participate. So like I don't know what else to say. Like I like so be here or, you know, kind of like get, you know. I kind of don't want to waste my time if no one's listening to me.
Right. Are you messaging them individually?
No.
Message them individually. They may be afraid of posting, but they may be doing what you're, you know, telling them to do. So
Okay.
yeah, message them individually and just find out where they're at mentally. You know, ask them like, hey, you joined the group and I haven't really heard anything from you. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
instead of being like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why aren't you talking on my group? Because that doesn't get anybody anywhere, you know?
No, I know. Especially with people who have asked to be in it. It's kind of like I just started over Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had 3 posts, and like nothing. It's like you could hear a pin drop. It's like, what's going on? So
that's common. It happens a lot. Don't take it personally. You can't take it personally because it's all them. It's for whatever reason, they're afraid of posting. I'm like, you're behind a computer, you know, don't be afraid of posting.
Yeah,
and
true.
Say that, you know, you're like, don't be afraid of posting in this group. Don't, you know, whatever's holding you back, let's get over it. Let's be empowered and maybe do like a little empowerment quote or something. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, I think so. I just downloaded Jen's book.
Awesome.
So I'll listen to it.
Yes, that was a life changer. Another one that I listened to halfway so far is the 4 Agreements. And
I have the book.
One of the agreements is like you can't take anything personally, and I've always heard that, and then they go into detail with why you can't take anything personally, and you're like, oh my God, like everything everybody does is because they are unhappy cows, or but it's nothing that I did, you know? So
I haven't read it since high school, so I might have to do that again.
Yeah, you should. It's a good book, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't. And then I don't know what to do. How do you guys do clean eating challenges? Like, where do you get your information from? Like
the scripts are there's a script on the Team Empower files.
Okay.
And do you know that you can jump in on her team calls and like Team Let Your Light Shine and Team Triceps, all the team calls, you're more than welcome to jump in on. So if for whatever reason you can't make it to like mine, or if you want to listen to, whatever the Empower team's talking about or what are the other upline teams are talking about, you're more than welcome to jump in.
Okay.
So they have a schedule in their files also of when their team calls are.
I might also do Sarah Try's like training, some of her training again.
Yes.
I just like at one of those spots. I mean, this is like my busiest month, but like I'm at one of those spots where I'm just like negative.
I know. So. It's hard. You got to pull yourself out of it, like you got to know that you deserve it and you can do it. And you do have something to offer to people, and, don't be afraid of, like, just don't let your mind get in the way, your fears get in the way.
Yeah. I need to do some more personal development because it's like overwhelming.
It is. It can be. Yes, I understand. Yeah. I'm going out of town tomorrow. It's my daughter's birthday. I'm working a lot. Like, I totally understand. But doing a system like doing like the same thing every month sets up some sort of predictability, I feel like. And that's a mistake that I made up until recently, is that I did not have any kind of system in place. So there was no predictability. I did not have a set week to do my challenge groups, and it was never like I had consistent Success Club. And last month I did not hit Success Club, and it's because I didn't put the feelers out there. I didn't invite. I didn't do the three the vital behaviors. So I mean, that was my own fault. And
yeah, I gotta look back at that again.
Yeah. So, I mean, and this business is whatever you want it to be. I posted a video from Christina Delgado. I saw her at Summit last year, and she was really, really motivating. She's very articulate. And so, like, when she talks, you're like, yes, and she was talking about how she almost quit. And I feel like she was specifically talking to me, but I'm sure that in some way we can all relate, because every day varies. Like, there's a day that you're like, dang, my business is awesome. And then there's a week where you're like, nobody's talking to me. I'm not getting any likes. I'm not getting any messages back. Like, what is going on? And has nothing to do with you. It's just, the up and down of the business. And
yeah,
I just imagine where you'll be in a year, 2 years, 3 years, so.
Yeah, no, like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I need to watch that too.
It's just like 3.5 minutes. So.
Yeah, those quiet moments, when the kids are like busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about finding your voice in the business?
No, like, I'm pretty open. Like, I feel like I'm just pretty open. Like, I'll post anything to Instagram. Like, Instagram's my main.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll post anything, and like, if anybody ever messages me, I put it out there. So it's like, I don't feel like I'm hiding. I don't feel like I feel like I am who I am. I feel like I'm not as far in my weight loss journey as I could be. I feel like I'm not as consistent, and I know that you're kind of like you're what they see. So it's kind of like, I kind of have to get more on top of myself so that I can be my own spokesmodel too. So, I mean, I kind of have to like pull it together and like refocus, because right now I feel like scatterbrained,
Yeah, I totally understand. I think we've all been there. And it's just a balancing act, and it takes time to figure out that balance. If you're going to lose weight, if you're going to do any of this, do it for you, because people will see that, so yeah, you have to do it for you anyways. So that's where the personal development.
And I'm excited. Like, I really want to do the new Country Heat one, like, really
super
bad.
Fun. Mm-hmm.
And I do want to finish a full month of size, but I also kind of want to do 22 hardcore. So I was thinking about like doing interchanging them, because that would be like a HIIT program, like you get your cardio and then you get your muscle building and all that good stuff. So It's just hotter than shit in Sacramento right now. So,
dude, you're telling me. I think Fresno's usually like 7 degrees warmer, give or take, or exactly the same as
Yeah,
Sacktown. So,
yeah. It's
yeah.
not fun right now. What's that guy?
Hi.
Brittany. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, that's why we had to do our workout in the morning. But I mean, like you still got to do it.
I know.
You still got
I
to
know.
do it, girl. It's not fun. It's not pretty, but it's got to happen. So, but
Yeah.
the more people you tell your story to, I mean, you'll find your voice that way too. You know, you'll find the more people you tell your story to, you'll kind of see like what parts of the story you like to talk about the most and what parts like really affected you. And that will kind of become your part of your Beachbody identity. Like I was able to overcome blank and this is how I did it, you know? And so
Yeah.
then that part becomes easier to talk about.
Well, like I love size, and I think it changed my perception on workouts because I'm like, how could this be so much fun?
Yeah.
And you're great. Like that, like one thing I tell people over and over is it's fun. It's not like monotonous. It's not just go to the gym and put your earphones in. It's just, it's fun. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interactive. Yeah, it's
Right.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
Right.
It's a good program.
And Sean T's a good motivator. So if you like Sean T, if you like size, he has other programs. He's a good motivator, you know?
Totally. Yeah. Sean T's awesome. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So it's easy to get lost in the business and to get overwhelmed, but just take it one day at a time. And, you know, write down your personal goal, write down your business goal, and then, you know, go from there. And then just keep sharing your story and find your voice and, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
It'll
can
all
do
come
it.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can totally do it. I know my head's in the game and I have realistic goals set for myself. I think my goals at the beginning of the year were a little aloft. They were pretty big. And I think like I've toned it down now where I'm like, and when I do that, I set myself up for failure, but I'm like, I'm good now. So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
anyways, if anybody, and if anybody wants to set up a one-on-one call with me, let me know. I am free until like next Thursday. Well, I'll be out of town, but I'll be free Monday through Wednesday next week. So just let me know if you want to set up a one-on-one call. And we can talk more about goals and how to reach them and whatever is struggling with the most, you know? So.
Sounds good. Have fun. I'm jealous.
Thanks. I'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.